we get closer and closer to Christmas. We've already run through a bunch of guests. We have another ready. Let's see who this is.
Hey, Mike, this is Damon Amendolara over at CBS
Damon.
Sports Radio. How you doing, Mike?
How are you? Good, thank you. How's everything?
I'm doing well. And first of all, I'm in the studios, and you're not here. I can't see you, so this is kind of like talking to the great Oz, which is actually how I imagine this going anyway when Mons asked me to do it. I wanted to thank you for the genre that you helped define. I obviously work in the industry in the same building, host a radio show, have a podcast that many of your listeners have probably heard about 4,000 too many times, so they hate me for that. But you helped create kind of a landscape that what we did was taken seriously and was part of the fabric of sports debate where the best of the industry mattered, and you're one of the best ever. And you never took the low road. When you went after somebody, you criticized them. It wasn't about conjecture, speculation, or off-the-field stuff. It was about what they didn't do on the field. And I never forgot that, and always try to admire that and emulate that. And I want to thank you for forcing CBS to pay you lots and lots of money because it helped set the market for the rest of us, except the problem is you took all of CBS's money, so I'm paid in trade from Sal's Pizza in Staten Island.
Well, whatever you can get, whatever. But thank you for all of that, and I hope I left some there. So now I'm not taking any, so you have no excuse. Now you can go in there and get whatever you want. So I'm not taking any anymore. And
Sal's has great garlic knots anyway, so I'm good there.
That's very good, yes.
And, mostly, I want to thank you for, in all sincerity, giving me a few minutes more than 20 years ago when I was just a scared high schooler. I came into the Fan in '97 to do a high school project, and I asked if I could get a couple minutes with you, and before you went on the air with Dog, you gave me a couple minutes, and you patiently listened to all my questions. You thoughtfully answered all of them, and even at the end of it, we were off air, and you said, not bad, Damon, and that made me feel like $1 million. I was knighted by the sports pope. So I never forgot that. I try to pay that forward as well with young broadcasters that asked me for time as well. And I thank you for being a great example for all of us. And, I'm DA to everybody else, but to you, Mike, never initials.
Never initials.
Damon
no
Amendolara.
initials. No initials. That's exactly right. Thanks, Damon, very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Damon Amendolara. Now, next guest is ready, so welcome.
Hey, Mike, it's Mark Feinsand. How are you?
How are you, Mark? How's everything?
I'm good. Waiting to come home from the winter meetings. Just wanted to call in and congratulate you on a wonderful career. I've seen it from a number of ways, from a listener in high school to your intern in college, and eventually a guest. So it's been a great run, and I really appreciate being a part of it.
And Mark, who covers the Yankees obviously for many years and now still does for MLB.com, has had a busy week here with Stanton. And now, are you seriously chasing the idea of Manny Machado?
No, that's for next winter. He'll that'll be the story next winter for the Yankees.
So there's no truth to any of these White Sox Yankee deals then.
I don't think there's a truth to anything about them flipping him to the Yankees. He may get traded to the White Sox or somewhere else, but I don't see any way that he's a Yankee by opening day. I think he's still going to be an Oriole, but I certainly don't think he's going to be a Yankee. A year from now, that's a different story.
Now, what do you think the Yankees are going to do here?
I think they signed CeCe. I think they trade for a young, controllable pitcher. Trade maybe like Frazier and Adams for a guy, like a Fulmer, like a Cole, somebody like that, and probably bring in one infielder like Torres. Get a shot at the other spot, and that's about it.
Were you surprised by Aaron Boone?
Not really. I know that the things that they were stressing in the interview process were, communication and media. And the ability to relate to players, and of the guys that they were interviewing, Boone seemed to be the guy who fit all those boxes. If you ever talked baseball with Boone, you knew he was qualified in terms of knowing the game well. And I just thought Cashman was going to look a little outside the box. When you looked at the guys he brought into the interview, other than Eric Wedge and Rob Thompson, they were really outside the box. So no, Boone didn't surprise me that much.
Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, Mark, very much. Good luck to you in the future.
Mike.
Thank you. Mark Feinsand, our next guest is ready, so welcome.
Mike, this morning someone greeted me with "Hello, Dia," and I thought of you. It's Kim Jones.
Kim, how are you? That sounds like me, too. Absolutely. I always get criticized for calling all the women dear, so nothing wrong with that. It is very gentlemanly, I think, to do that.
Yes, and we can stand more gentlemen, so absolutely. Yes. And I am here with the Eagles today.
So tell me what's going on. First of all, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. But tell me how in shock, how together are the Eagles as they overcome this horrible injury?
They're really together. They're remarkable. They're a team that believes it can still do it. We're going to find that out. But they really do think they can do it, even though their quarterback is a bit of a Houdini act, and he's such a good player and obviously won't be with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a tough blow for a team that had a wonderful season to see the young quarterback. And I tell you, SI did that this week. I mean, the number of injuries this year have been just overwhelming. Now, luckily, the league gets Aaron Rodgers back this week, which is a positive. But the number of injuries to star players this year has been dramatic in the NFL, just overwhelming.
Absolutely, and to a degree, it's ruined the season, right? I mean,
yes.
You can't get these guys back, and they need them.
No question. Well, listen, Kim, you've been a big part of the program. You did great work on my show, especially with the Penn State stuff, which I know hit close to home. But for contributing all these years and also now as being a part of the fan, as a performer yourself all these years, thank you very much for contributing to the program, and it's very nice of you to call.
Mike, I hope at some level we stay in touch. I wish the best to your family. It seems like yesterday you and Doug had me on from Yankee Stadium in 2005, and I'll leave you with this, Mike, for old time's sake. Mm-hmm. Turn my mic on.
Thank you, Kim. Kim Jones, and it's something that will follow me forever, which I did yell at Steve like about 15 times one day. That's true, Steve. Remember that? So Steve and I get along very well. The person I yelled at to and I get along very well, so it's really not an issue. Do I have time here to do a... I do? Okay. So I got time here to do a spot. Let me get one out of the way. All right. So your family's counting on you to be their gift hero. So what do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You're going over to PC Richard & Son. They have great